Hello. Now we are going to look at a fact about our triangles and exterior angles. So exterior means the outside of something. So the exterior of a house would be the outside of a house. And interior means inside. So if we have exterior angles of triangle, well, these are interior angles because they're inside the triangle, and an exterior angle would be an angle that is outside the triangle. And a fact that we can fairly quickly derive from what we've already done is that these two angles, the sum of the interior opposite angles, are equal to the exterior angle. So the 120 degrees out here, the exterior 120 degrees, when we continue out one of the sides of our triangle, the sum of the two interior opposite angles must give us this bigger angle here. And we can derive why that is. And we can derive it fairly quickly if just by number. So the rule that we've got that we're going to use is that our two interior opposite angles, so opposite means the other side, so our two interior opposite angles added together must give us our exterior angle. And let's have a look at why that must be the case. So we know the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So if we knew what this angle A was, we'd be able to add them up and they must add up to 180. So A plus 50 plus 70 must add up to 180 because it's the 180 degrees in the triangle. So A plus, we add our like terms together, would give us 120 is equal to 180, subtracting so that we get only our letters on the left hand side. A must be equal to 60 degrees. But, fill that in, so A is 60 degrees, so what must this angle out here be? I know it's already labeled, but if we didn't know it, we would have A plus our angle would be 180 as well, because this is a straight line. So A plus our 120 would add up to 180, and we know that A is 60 now, and that works out. 120 plus 60 is indeed 180. And this is true in general. So we have the sum of our two interior opposite angles is equal to the exterior angle. This really just saves us a little bit of calculation, but it is a rule that we are supposed to know. So let's put it into practice. If I want to find my angle X here, let's just label what that angle should be called. I'd have the angle ABC is the angle I am looking for. I could also call it the angle CBA. They would be equivalent. So C to B to A would be the angle I'm describing here, or A to B to C would be the same angle I'm describing here. And I should have my angle symbol in there. And that's what I've labeled as X. Well, I know this angle here, I can write it in, that's 90 degrees. I know that symbol there means that it is 90 degrees. It could also be a little box in the corner. And how am I going to find this missing angle here? Well, I can see that these two angles are vertically opposite each other. So this angle here, which I'll call B, I know that the angle B must equal 50 degrees because they're vertically opposite. And I know that I write in my explanation for why. So I know that B must be 50. And I always write down why when I'm doing my geometry. So then I know I could just find this missing angle here and then get X, but because I have this rule, I can skip a little bit of work and I can say, well, X must just be equal to 50 plus 90, because this is an exterior angle and 50 and 90 are their two interior opposite angles. So if I add them together, I must get my value for X. So X must be 140 degrees. And if we added that up, we get our 50 plus 90, 140, take that away from 180, and this angle in here must be 40, and then we take that from 180, and we end up that X is 140. So we can do it the longer way as well, but this saves us a little bit of work. Now here, if we wanted to find y, there are multiple ways of doing this, as there often are in our geometry questions. But if we want to find the missing angle HMK, so what's the size of HMK? And we know that there are several ways of writing HMK, but we're going to label it as y to save us some time in not having to continuously write this out. How are we going to find this? Well, I can see that I'm able to find some missing angles. So in a problem where I'm not sure what to do, I'm just going to start in filling in materials that I know. So I know that at this angle here, well, if I go all the way around here, I'd have gone through 180 degrees. So let's call that C and D, and we use our little letters for that. So C plus 120 must equal 180, rearranging, because this is a straight line. I know that C must be equal to 60 degrees, and D, again, I'm finding C and D just because I can see that they're things I can find, and that tends to be how these questions work. We can just play through and see, well, what am I able to find? And often when I find all of the stuff I'm able to find that's available to me, I'll have the tools I need then to solve my problem. So I may not be able to spot exactly what I need to do in this question, but I am able to see things I can do. And when I fill in what I can do, I will almost always be able to make progress. Because now that I've done this, it jumps out at me. I'm looking for this exterior angle y, and I have the two interior opposite angles. So if I just add these two together, I have to get my missing angle. So y must be equal to 60 plus 30 is equal to 90. And I can see that my diagram is definitely not very accurate. But that aside, I am able to find my missing value for y. And that's what we need for now.